Hi, welcome to week 5 and 6. Our focus is on artist Mary Cassatt. What's important about her is that she worked during a time when men dominated or were paid attention to a lot more than women in the art world. She was an American-born artist, and she worked in the late 1800s to the early 1900s. Her focus was mostly on women and children. And I have a book by her. One of the main subject matters, that's what she painted most often or made prints of, were women and domestic means. Like, here's a lady. She's fixing a dress. She's sewing someone's bottom or the hem of the dress. She also focused on mother and children, and that was really important also to her, that subject matter. So what we are going to do is sketchbook practice. Take your sketchbook or a sheet of paper, and you are going to figure out something that pretty simple that you would like to draw. You can do a landscape. You can draw a picture of your favorite thing. You can also do a picture like Mrs. Cassatt with a mother and child. Either you want to draw your mom and you, or a friend with their mother, or something like that. So I'm just going to do something really simple and draw a mom and a child. Maybe it's winter, I don't know. And or you can draw one of the most famous people or most famous subject matter of a mother and child is Mary and Jesus. So if you would like to draw Mary and Jesus, you can do that as well. So once you've figured out how you're going to draw your picture, and it just needs to be simple. It doesn't even have to be just want you to practice filling the space and drawing a picture of your mother and child or a landscape. And then I want you to fill it in with color. Just that. You can use marker for the edge of the drawing. And then I want you to fill it in, kind of like a coloring book. But again, there's no right or wrong answer. You can color it any way you want. You can draw it any way you want. I just want you to practice. Okay? Practice on a separate sheet of paper. Let's do the baby. And I'm going to use, I don't know, green. So you can use marker. You can use crayons. You can use colored pencils. This happens to be oil pastel. So, and then don't forget the background. You probably always should fill in that background. Make sure your page is complete. So, as simple as that is what I'd like you to do in your sketchbooks to be ready for the art projects, which is also pretty quick too. We are going to try, and if you don't have the materials to make the project, that is okay. But I would like you to do a drawing of a Mary or mother and child or a landscape on a separate sheet of paper. So as long as you sketchbook practice and then go ahead and make a separate drawing again. That will be your project if you do not have the materials for this part. So we are going to learn about monoprints. Monoprints are one-time printing. Means mono. Mono means one, and then print means to put a piece of paper, kind of like a stamp, but you can use multiple stamps. This time you can only do it once. So I would suggest that if you're doing monoprints, that you do a couple, because they're really quick and you can experiment. So I've chosen a peach color, a blue color, and an orange color. And I'm going to take a cookie sheet. I make sure that my paper will fit inside the cookie sheet because I will be printing what I paint on the cookie sheet onto my paper. That is one print, and I can only do that once, so I'm going to paint my picture as carefully as I want to, but I also have to work quickly. So I am going to, because I chose these colors, I'm going to use this for the hair, this for the skin, and this for the clothes. And I'm going to work really quickly, and I'm not sure I can do this. We'll try to do it on here, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to put face, and I want to put the paint on pretty thick because I don't want it to dry. I also have water in case I need it, but I'm planning on working pretty quickly and making sure that you can see how this works. And this is one way that Mrs. Cassatt worked. She did a lot of monoprints, and a lot of them had a lot of detail. We are not going to be worried about detail. We want to experiment more than worry about the detail, because I would like you to see, oh, that's pretty cool, I can do that another way, or I can do that another way. And don't limit yourself. If you really like doing this, don't limit yourself to only a couple tries. You can certainly always do more than I ask, just for your own fun. So I'm going to make that a little thicker because I see it's kind of, and the reason you want to use a slippery surface is because it see, I'm getting some of that blue in the skin, and I don't want that, so I'm going to go back. Move it around. Kind of looks like a mom and child, sort of. I want to make it wet enough that I can print. And again, the detail does not matter. I've got a little bit more orange up here because I'm not sure that it's going to print. I'm getting really close to printing. I don't know if I'm going to put a face on it. I don't really feel like putting a face, but maybe just for the purpose of eyes. Okay, so I'm going to print that. So we put the paper on carefully, and we press down, and we making sure that the paper doesn't move. Again, ask an adult to help, possibly, if you really need to. And there's my monoprint. We'll try another one. What you're going to do, if you're going to do another one, you need to wash this off and then reuse your cookie sheet. I do actually have another one ready. And this time I'm going to do a landscape. So I've got green. And you can make green. How do you make green? You use yellow and blue, which those are actually going to be the colors I'm going to use also. So I have blue and yellow. So we have our colors. I'm going to paint. So I kind of want a small landscape, and I'm going to make that pretty thick. So there's my green field of grass. I'm going to make a yellow sun. And then I am going to make my blue sky. I am making my landscape so the sky touches the grass. So this is where the skyline is in my landscape. The grass hits the sky. So I have painted my sun. I'm going to be really careful, hopefully, and not mix it. And I know that some of this texture is going to come out in my print. So I'm also going to pay attention to that. So maybe I move this so it's got some waves going in it. And maybe because I want it to be a little bit more square, I'm going to add some more green down here. My blue is starting to drip, so now is a good time to probably print that. So I'm going to put that paper on there. I'm going to push down without moving the paper. Again, ask an adult if you don't think you can do it. And then there is my landscape. So this is a process that I'd like us to experiment with if you can. Again, if you don't have these materials, you can certainly draw another picture of your favorite thing, a landscape, a mother and child, just like Mary and Jesus. And I hope you enjoy experimenting.